Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Mark Burkholz here from Pool Park in Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin. Mark, thanks for jumping on with me.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. You have a super inviting showroom right there that I got to take a little tour of with you earlier. So great. If you don't mind, I'd love to talk about Pool Park. Can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, here we go. When people ask you what Pool Park does, how do you describe your business?
Well, the best general description is we sell swimming pools, hot tubs, all the accessories and everything that goes along with it. But we do a lot more than that. There's a lot of places that sell that stuff, but we're maybe a little more personal. Most everybody that works here has been here for several years, if not 10 plus years. So
Wow.
we get to know our customers, not intimately, but as close as you can get to almost like family members. So we know a lot of our customers personally, and I feel like that's maybe what separates us from some of the other pool and spa retailers that they have to choose from in the area.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think what's really neat is that this business has been around for generations now. Do you want to share when the business was open?
Yeah, my mom and dad started the business back in 1964. He had installed a pool at our house and realized that there was no place to get supplies or service for that matter. So he made a career change and opened a pool store out in Waukesha. And we were there till 76. And I actually worked there, believe it or not. And then we moved out to Menomonee Falls in 76, and we were in one location until 93, and then we moved to our current location, which is a building that we own. So it's nice to have your own property that you can maintain the right way instead of leasing.
Oh my
So that's
gosh.
kind of our history.
Actually, absolutely huge. Normally, the question that I ask is, what were your plans when you started your business and how has it changed? But since your dad started it and you took over it and now you have this great building, it's obviously changed a lot. Do you want to share anything else about how the business has changed over like since 93, even since you got that new
Oh
property?
gosh, it's for me personally, I've seen the a full circle. Back in the 70s, all we did were in-ground pools, and then the above-ground pool market really blossomed. And so we shifted gears when we came to Menomonee Falls, and we've been primarily focused on swimming pools up until, we'll say, like the mid 90s, end of the 90s. And then portable hot tub sales picked up, and that's been ramping up year after year after year. And now I would say it's about 60% hot tubs, 40% pools. So
Okay.
it's really changed from when my dad started. There were no hot tubs whatsoever. And so that's become a really huge part of our business.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest change is hot tubs. And then in internet, which all retailers experience. So we have competition from internet. And, in
Mhm.
a lot of cases, it's almost a welcome to get people in. So once they get in the door and they see how we are different from an internet retailer, quite often that uh, gets them to come back. You can't get quite the same personality buying something online as you do in person. So
I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. Well, and when you were giving me that tour earlier, you actually showed me an area where people can test water as well. That's not something that you can just plug into the computer, right?
yeah, and we don't use it a lot, but typically every time we get someone in to do a wet test, that's what we call a hot tub test, a wet test.
Okay.
They buy something. Maybe don't buy the one they came in to try, but they buy something. And that's one thing I don't think that every place has. Some places are offering that now, but we did some remodeling and made that room specifically for it. So hopefully going forward, that'll serve us well.
Yeah, absolutely. That is so neat. And when you're making an investment that, like a hot tub or something, it's not cheap, but also you're making that investment for different reasons, for maybe for therapeutic reasons for your body, relaxation. So it's really cool that they have that opportunity to do that, really.
Yeah, it's been good. And as I mentioned, a lot of times they don't buy the one they came in to try. They realize, hey, maybe that one isn't exactly the one they want. And then we have three back there, so we can get them to jump into another one and, potentially, move them into something different. but you
Yeah.
never know until you sit in it. It's even different than trying on a shoe. You have to sit in it with water because everybody's body chemistry and buoyancy is a little different.
Mhm.
So it's really helpful if they try them.
So interesting. So cool. I love it. So, Mark, what is the biggest way that you impact the community? Obviously, besides providing this amazing hot tub pool opportunity, which is just, again, so therapeutic.
Um, well, to me, I guess the biggest thing, and I kind of mentioned this earlier, I have so many customers that I've been working with for 30 plus years. And when I see people come in, my first thought isn't like how much money can I make from them? It's they need help. They're my friend. They need help. And so I feel like we're in business to make money, but I feel like we're helping our community here just by giving people a resource for repairs and service that they may not be able to do themselves. Um,
Absolutely.
and I think people appreciate that. We try to make this more of like a helpful approach rather than here's how we're going to make money from you today approach. And
Totally.
that's been pretty successful. It seems to work out well.
Well, and I think when you said helpful, I also thought about health again. Like, how healthy is it to have that time to play in a pool with your family, or to relax or rejuvenate, or to sit and relax those muscles? So, I mean, talk about a way you're impacting the community. Not only are you helping them get the materials or the chemicals or whatever it is they need, but you're also just fostering fun and relaxation. So, super cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, what is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners can learn from? You guys have been in business a long time. I guarantee you've got some good nuggets for us.
Um, Well, I'd have to say overall, like let's say in the last 10, 15 years, the biggest probably the biggest challenge has been um, online retail sales. And I'm not saying that in a bad way because I think overall it's been helpful to us. But the if their customers have never been in by us before and they don't know what we're all about, we get this quite often. Like, can you match their price? Like they don't even know us. They don't know what we do that services we provide before and after the sale. So the biggest challenge really is to get people in the door, get them to know who we are and what we're about, add some value to it so they're not feeling like we're just competing against Amazon or whatever,
Yeah, big
online
box.
retailer they're working with. We're something just a little bit different. And I think if we get to that point, most people see the value, they feel the value in that, and they overlook a couple of percentage points difference on price on certain items. They know that they're going to get good advice, and if there's an issue with it, they know who they're going to talk to because I'm upfront a lot. Myself and Jeff are upfront all the time, and so if we sell something, there's an issue with it. Typically, we're going to be the ones solving the problem.
Yeah.
So that's what we try to get across. And that's probably been overall the biggest challenge has been online retailing.
Yeah.
But we've gotten much, much better at that. Instead of reacting to price, we sell what we have that's more than just the price of it.
So important. And that, that's something our coaches talk about a lot is really selling. What is your unique selling proposition? What are you offering that other people aren't? And you're offering relationship, you're offering education, you've got all these services, right? And that's something that when they go online, they're not going to find.
Exactly. Yep. And
I
that's
love
you
it.
only get a few seconds each time with a customer to make that impression. So first impressions are
Mhm.
important.
That is huge that you said that. Thank you. You really do only get a few seconds before their attention is somewhere else, right?
Yep.
At a phone, another ad somewhere. So thank you for saying that. So,
That's
my
right.
next question for you is, what does the future look like to you? And do you have an exit plan? Anything right now?
Um, well, personally, yeah, we have an exit plan to exit out of the business. Our future here is really bright. I have my younger sister and brother-in-law who I've worked with here for 30 years as well. They're younger than I am, and they're going to be carrying on the torch. Once I'm the oldest, I'm the dinosaur here. So when I'm
Okay.
gone, it'll be in good hands. These guys, it's the only thing they've ever done their whole lives as well.
Yeah.
And this is what we're going to do. We're going to keep doing it until we don't want to do it anymore. And those guys are younger than me, so they have a number of years to go, and we have a fleet of young uh, workers that, and most of them have, like I said earlier, have been with us for 7 or 8 years, sometimes 10 years, longer than that. So I feel like we're going to be in good hands when we pass the torch, so to
You
speak.
decide to pass on. And I think that is so cool, that because that's what buyers want to know, is that, hey, are you going to be around? And when you can say, we've been around, we've been around for generations now, and my sister's going to continue to be there when I decide that it's time to exit. Like, that's what they want to know, because people freak out a little bit. Oh my God, where am I going to go to get this excellent service that you've been providing? So
Yeah,
cool.
you're exactly right. We're already getting the question when I mentioned, hey, I'm the old guy here. My mom and dad have passed on. They moved out of the business, and I get the panic, like, well, who's next? And I got to
Totally.
bring up my sister and brother-in-law and all our young kids that have been here for a while. We're not going anywhere. We got the building's ours. We own everything here. We're not going anywhere. If we made it through COVID, we can definitely survive for years to come. That was a challenge.
Absolutely. Oh, I bet. Absolutely. Well, thank you. That's so exciting. I love hearing that. And my final question for you today, Mark, is all subjects open. What inspires you most?
Gosh, I guess the easiest way to put it is, I'm here to help people. And I might have mentioned this earlier. When I come in every morning, I don't ever think of like, how much money am I going to make today? Because if I don't help people and get problems corrected, then money doesn't come. So, for me, it's just I'm driven by people need help. And I guess that's sort of what I was born to do, is to like help people in whatever way I can. And that's how I look at it. And that turns into money. That fills the register up over time. But my first thing is, who's on voicemail, who's got emails that need to be addressed, and how can we get them up and running as quickly as possible? Because we got a short season for swimming pools here. We got about 4 months. We got to get everybody in and out in 4 months. So
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
really
That's
just the
another challenge too, huh?
yeah, we get a whole year's of business in 4 months approximately.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can definitely tell that you care about people, and you keep driving that home. I love that. That is very inspiring. So thank you so much. Mark, if somebody wants to go to Pool Park or get more information about Pool Park, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you, or get more information?
Right. So you can definitely email us. That we look, as I mentioned earlier, we look at that all the time. Our email address is info@poolpark.com. Real simple one. You can reach us by phone at 262-255-3626. And we do have a website that you can get information from as well, and that's poolpark.com.
Awesome.
All pretty simple.
So great. Mark, thank you so much. Have a great, great summer. Have a great 2023 season, and good luck in the future.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, take care.